Have you ever woken up one morning, reached for something as simple as a glass of water, and suddenly realized your arm felt weaker than it used to? Or maybe you stood up from your chair, and for just a moment, your knees didn't feel like they could hold you the way they once did. Be honest with yourself, have you noticed that? And here's a confession many people your age secretly carry. They blame themselves. They think, maybe I'm just lazy. Maybe I didn't exercise enough. Maybe this is just what happens when you get old. But the truth is, that's not the full story. Here's a fact that might shock you. By the time you hit 60, the average person has already lost up to 30% of their muscle strength. And if you don't fight back, that number climbs every single year. That weakness you've been ignoring? It's not just normal aging. It has a name: sarcopenia. Now let me paint you a picture. Imagine an elderly man. Let's call him Mr. Johnson. For years he lived independently, proud of taking care of himself. But one day he tried to lift his grocery bag, just like he had done hundreds of times before, and suddenly it slipped. His arms trembled. The bag hit the floor. That was the moment he realized his strength was slipping away. The cruel part? It wasn't because he stopped caring. It wasn't because he wasn't eating. It was because nobody ever told him the truth about how dangerous muscle loss really is. And here's why this matters to you. Sarcopenia doesn't just make it harder to lift things. It steals your independence. It puts you at risk of falls. It makes recovery from even a small illness 10 times harder. And worst of all, it shortens your lifespan. But here's the good news. Yes, the powerful, life-changing good news. There is one small, overlooked seed, yes, a seed, that science shows can actually help rebuild your muscle. It's packed with protein, omega-3s, and nutrients your body craves after 60. Most people walk past it in the grocery store, not knowing it's one of the cheapest, easiest ways to fight muscle decline. And in this video, I'm going to reveal exactly what it is, why it works, and how you can add it into your daily routine in ways so simple, you'll wish you started years ago. But let me stop and ask you something, because this is important. If you're over 60, or if you love someone who is, can you really afford to ignore this? Can you afford to let another year go by, losing more strength, more energy, more independence? No. You know the answer. So here's what I want you to do right now. Don't just sit back and watch passively. If you truly care about your health, if you truly want to live stronger, longer, and better, then you need to stay with me until the end. And while you're here, hit that subscribe button to Elderly Spring. Because if you don't, I have to be honest, you're turning away from information that could save your strength and maybe even your life. And if you feel like you don't want to subscribe, fine. Go down to the comments and tell me why. Tell me why your independence isn't worth a simple click. Tell me why you'd rather watch your strength slip away in silence. I'll be reading. But for the rest of you, the ones who know the value of your health, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know the truth about sarcopenia, the seed that can fight it, the recipes to make it part of your daily life, and the little lifestyle shifts that will make all the difference. So let me ask you again, do you want to be weaker tomorrow than you are today? Or do you want to fight back, take control, and feel strong again, even after 60? If your answer is yes, then let's dive in. Point 1. Understanding sarcopenia. Let me tell you a story. Picture a grandmother. Let's call her Margaret. She adored her little grandson. Every time he ran toward her, arms wide open, she scooped him up and hugged him close. But one afternoon, when he leapt into her arms, something unexpected happened. She struggled. Her arms shook. She could barely lift him off the ground. And she laughed it off, saying, "Oh, honey, Grandma's just tired today." But deep down, she knew something had changed. That moment didn't just pass. It stayed with her. The simple joy of lifting her grandson had turned into a reminder of weakness she never used to feel. Now, here's the reality. This isn't just Margaret's story. It's happening silently to millions of people over 60. This invisible thief has a name: sarcopenia. So what exactly is sarcopenia? In simple words, it's the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength. It starts quietly around your 40s, but after 60 it speeds up like a runaway train. You might notice it when you struggle to open a jar, when stairs feel steeper than they used to, or when standing up takes a little extra push from your arms. And here's where many people go wrong. They think weakness is laziness. They think, if I just push harder, maybe it'll go away. Or worse, they believe, this is just what happens when you get old. But that's not true. Weakness in your 60s isn't just about age. It's about what's happening inside your muscles. When you lose muscle, it's not just about strength, it's about your independence. Sarcopenia makes you more likely to fall. It slows your recovery if you get sick. It makes you dependent on others for things you once did without thinking. And if you ignore it, it robs you of years of quality life. But let me be clear, you are not powerless. There are ways to fight back, simple, practical ways. Adding more protein to your diet, walking every single day, and doing light resistance exercises, even with something as small as resistance bands, can make a massive difference. Your body is still capable of rebuilding. But here's the exciting part. Exercise and protein aren't the only answers, because science shows there are certain foods, tiny, overlooked foods, that carry the power to rebuild muscle faster than you think. And among them is one seed, so small you could hold thousands in your hand, yet so powerful it can change the way your body fights sarcopenia. So stick with me, because now we're about to step into the surprising world of seeds. Point 2. The power of seeds. Imagine this, a tiny seed, something so small you could easily dismiss it, sweep it off the table without a second thought. But that same seed could hold more power for your muscles than some of the expensive supplements people waste their money on. Seeds like chia, flax, and pumpkin are nature's hidden gems. They're loaded with protein, the very building blocks your muscles crave. They carry essential amino acids that your body can't make on its own. And for seniors, they're an affordable, simple, and natural way to fight back against sarcopenia. Let's take pumpkin seeds, for example. Do you know what's inside them? Zinc, which strengthens your immune system and supports muscle repair. Magnesium, which fuels your energy and helps your muscles contract properly. Protein, which is the raw material your body uses to rebuild every cell of strength you've lost. Now here's the problem. Too many people think only pills and powders can solve their health issues. They chase expensive supplements, ignoring the humble power of what nature already gave us, and in doing so, they miss the cheapest, most accessible muscle medicine sitting on their grocery store shelf. So let me give you something practical you can do today. Start small, a handful of pumpkin seeds. That's it. Snack on them in the afternoon. Sprinkle them over your salad. Mix them into oatmeal. One handful daily is a tiny habit with huge potential, and we're not stopping there because pumpkin seeds are just the beginning. The next seed I'll share with you is even more exciting. It has a reputation among runners, athletes, and health enthusiasts for one reason. It doesn't just support your strength, it fuels your stamina. And that seed is chia. Point 3. Chia seeds muscle rebuilding. Let me tell you a story about an older man named Samuel. At 64, he refused to give up running. His friends teased him, saying, "You're too old to be chasing miles." But Samuel had a secret weapon. Every morning, he drank a glass of water with chia seeds soaked overnight. He swore it gave him stamina he hadn't felt in years. And when his friends struggled with fatigue, Samuel kept going. The reason? Chia seeds are packed with nutrients your body desperately needs after 60. They're loaded with plant-based protein, rich in omega-3 fatty acids that keep your muscles and joints healthy, and full of calcium to strengthen your bones. Many people think protein only comes from meat. That's a myth. Seeds like chia prove you can fuel your muscles with plant-based power that's lighter on your digestion and easier to incorporate into everyday meals. Here's how simple it is. Make chia pudding overnight with milk or yogurt. Blend chia into your smoothies. Sprinkle it on oatmeal. You don't need complicated recipes. Just 1 or 2 tablespoons a day can give your muscles the support they're craving. And here's where I want you to pay attention. Building muscle isn't just about what you eat. It's also about how well you recover. Because even if you eat all the right seeds and do all the right exercises, if your sleep is broken, your body won't rebuild properly. That's why I recommend something we created specifically for you, the Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit. It's designed to help you sleep better, restore energy, and make your body more responsive to the very nutrition we're talking about today. Check the description to get your copy. It's the perfect partner to these nutrition tips. But remember, food and recovery are just one part of the fight. Your habits, the way you live each day, can either speed up sarcopenia or slow it down dramatically. And that's exactly what we'll cover next. Point 4. Lifestyle habits that accelerate muscle loss. Let's talk about Mr. Lee. He was 68, retired, and loved watching television. Hours would pass as he sat in his chair, remote in hand. At first, it felt harmless, but within a year, he noticed something frightening. The stairs he used to climb easily now left him gasping. Carrying groceries became nearly impossible. Even rising from his favorite chair felt like lifting a mountain. That's what a sedentary lifestyle does. When you stop moving, your muscles shrink. It's that simple. The less you use them, the faster you lose them. And for seniors, sitting for hours a day accelerates sarcopenia like nothing else. Here's the misconception. People believe resting more means healing more. They think, I'm tired, so I'll just sit. But too much sitting is poison for your muscles. True recovery doesn't come from endless rest. It comes from balanced movement. So what can you do? Start with something simple. Walk every day. Even 10 minutes counts. Add light strength training, like lifting small weights or using resistance bands. If weights scare you, use your body weight. Squats from a chair, wall push-ups, or gentle yoga. The point isn't to train like an athlete. It's to keep your muscles alive and active. Now imagine combining these small lifestyle changes with the right foods, seeds, proteins, and healthy habits. The results? Transformational. And to help you bring it all together, I'll give you some simple, delicious, practical recipes that make eating these powerful seeds a joy instead of a chore. Point 5. Recipes, practical, ways to eat seeds daily. Let's bring this down to the kitchen table. Meet Linda, a 70-year-old grandmother who loved sweets but hated health food. Her daughter suggested chia pudding. Skeptical, she tried it. Chia soaked overnight in milk with a touch of honey and berries. Within weeks, she felt more energetic in the mornings, less sluggish, and noticed her clothes fitting better as her body got stronger. Here's the science behind it. Protein timing matters. Eating protein in the morning jumpstarts your muscles. Eating it after activity helps them rebuild. Seeds make that easy. Here are a few simple ways you can try today. Chia pudding. Soak chia overnight with milk or plant-based milk. Add fruits, and enjoy a ready breakfast. Pumpkin seed trail mix. Mix pumpkin seeds with raisins, almonds, or cashews. Perfect for snacking. Flaxseed in yogurt or baked goods. Stir ground flaxseed into your yogurt, or add it to banana bread for a nutritional punch. Smoothies with blended seeds. Throw chia, flax, or pumpkin seeds into your blender with fruit and yogurt. It's quick fuel for your muscles. And let me say this, don't underestimate the power of consistency. Seeds work when you make them part of your daily rhythm. Skip a day, and you won't notice much. Stick with it, and you'll be amazed at the strength, energy, and vitality you can regain. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about food, it's about freedom. The freedom to lift your grandchild, to carry your groceries, to walk without fear, and to live with dignity. And as we move forward, I want to remind you, it's not only your muscles that need strength, your heart and mind do too. That's why in the next part, we'll dive into the emotional side of fighting sarcopenia and how hope and love can carry you just as much as nutrition and exercise. It's scary, isn't it? To wake up one day and realize your body doesn't feel like your own anymore. To notice that things you once did with ease, standing up, lifting, walking, now feel heavier, harder, slower. That creeping weakness, it frightens you. And it should. Because losing your strength isn't just about muscles, it's about losing pieces of your independence, piece by piece. But here's the truth I want you to hold on to right now. Strength is not gone forever. It isn't lost beyond repair. It can be rebuilt, not with gimmicks, not with empty promises, but with knowledge, daily choices, and a little consistency. Think about it this way: your body is remarkable. Even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, it is still capable of change. Your muscles still respond. Your bones still adapt. Your energy can still be renewed. The decline you've been told to accept as normal aging, it's not a death sentence. It's a challenge, and one you can rise above. But you have to take the first step. And that's where I want to encourage you today. Don't get overwhelmed by thinking you need to change everything at once. No, just one step. Try one change this week. It could be as small as adding a handful of pumpkin seeds to your day, or making a simple chia pudding tonight and eating it tomorrow morning. Or maybe it's not even food. It could be committing to a 10-minute walk after dinner. Just 10 minutes. Because here's the beautiful thing. Small choices stack up. One seed leads to one stronger muscle. One walk leads to steadier steps. One night of better sleep leads to a brighter morning. And slowly, without you even realizing it, you are fighting back. And let me remind you, you are not doing this just for yourself. You are doing it for the people who love you, for the grandchild who wants to be lifted into your arms, for the spouse who wants to walk beside you without fear of you stumbling, for the children who want to see you healthy, strong, and full of life. So don't tell me it's too late. Don't tell me it doesn't matter. Because it does. Every choice matters. Every bite matters. Every step matters. And I'll be honest with you, if you walk away from this video without making a single change, without even trying, then you're making a choice too. A choice to let weakness win. A choice to give up pieces of your freedom before you have to. Is that really what you want? To sit by and watch yourself fade when you could fight back? I don't believe that's you. I believe you're stronger than that. I believe you're here right now because some part of you knows you're meant for more than decline. You're meant to rediscover strength. So let me say this. Your 60s and 70s do not have to be about decline. They can be about renewal. They can be about rediscovery. They can be about proving, both to yourself and to everyone watching, that age may change your body, but it does not control your spirit. This is your moment, your turning point. The day you stop shrugging off weakness as just aging and start taking back control. So don't wait, don't hesitate, pick one change, do it today, and watch how quickly strength, energy, and life begin to return to you. Because yes, it is scary to grow older, but it's far scarier to give up. And you, my friend, are not someone who gives up. Now, before we close, let's pause and look back at what we've covered together. We started by pulling back the curtain on something most people never talk about, sarcopenia. That slow, silent muscle loss that robs so many seniors of their independence. You now know it's not laziness, it's not weakness of will, it's a physiological change that happens in the body, but you also know it is not the end. It can be fought. We explored the surprising power of seeds, chia, flax, pumpkin, tiny foods that carry massive benefits for your muscles. We talked about how pumpkin seeds give you zinc, magnesium, and protein for strength, how chia fuels you with omega-3s, protein, and calcium to rebuild both muscle and bone, and how flax brings in fiber and healthy fats that keep your body balanced. We didn't stop there. We uncovered the truth about your lifestyle, how sitting too much accelerates decline, and how simple choices like a short walk, resistance bands, or gentle bodyweight exercises can make all the difference. And finally, we made it practical with easy recipes. Chia pudding, pumpkin seed snacks, flax and yogurt or smoothies, simple steps anyone can add to their daily routine. And here's the most important part. All of this knowledge means nothing if you don't act. If you just sit here nodding, then go back to your old habits, nothing changes. But if you take even one step today, you'll start a ripple effect. You'll prove to yourself that strength can return, that energy can come back, that your 60s and 70s can be about growth, not decline. So let me ask you right now, which seed will you try first? Chia, flax, or pumpkin? Comment below and tell me. And if you feel like you don't want to comment, I challenge you. Why not? Are you afraid to take ownership of your health? Go ahead and write it. If you're not ready to make a change, confess it in the comments. Let the world see what you're choosing instead of strength. And while you're at it, let's be honest about something else. If you've watched this far and you still haven't subscribed to Elderly Spring, what's holding you back? You've just received nearly an hour of knowledge that could change your life. If you click away now without subscribing, you're not just ignoring a button, you're walking away from a future where you could be stronger, healthier, and more independent. Is that really the choice you want to make? So do the right thing. Hit that subscribe button, not for me, for you, for your family, for the version of yourself who still deserves vitality and joy. And if you refuse, fine. Go to the comments and explain why you'd rather stay weak than click one button. But if you care about your future, subscribe now. And before we close, let me remind you, nutrition and exercise are only part of the fight. The other key piece is recovery. Your body heals and rebuilds while you sleep. That's why I created the Elderly Spring Sleep Wellness Kit. It's designed to help seniors like you sleep deeper, restore energy, and get the most out of every healthy choice you're making. If you're serious about fighting sarcopenia, you'll find the link in the description. Go and grab your copy today. It's the perfect partner to everything we've discussed in this video. So here we are. You've walked through the dangers of sarcopenia, the power of seeds, the truth about lifestyle, and the joy of simple recipes. Now the choice is yours. Will you walk away unchanged? Or will you take back your strength, one seed, one step, one day at a time? Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and I'll see you in the next video.